Welcome back to another day in the life of Planet Doug. And today is another travel day. I'm getting back on my scooter in a couple of minutes, heading south from Tak City to a historic town called Kamphaeng Phet. And I'm sure I'll talk a lot about that town when I get there, so I don't have to talk about it right now. Yeah, I'm all packed up from my room. Feels like I just got here. I could spend another 3 or 4 nights and several days here in Tak City, and particularly because of this wonderful room, thanks to a mystery benefactor. And this same mystery benefactor booked 3 nights at a hotel for me in Kamphaeng Phet. I'm heading to a place called the Fig Boutique Hotel. And FIG is also in capital letters, just like Soho. So I'm very curious what FIG stands for, F-I-G. Friendly? I have no idea. I guess I'll find out when I get there. Or maybe it's not an acronym at all and they just love figs. But we'll see. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to that. A new hotel, a new town on the Ping River. Bananas are a real specialty of this town, so I'm going to indulge in some bananas, I assume. Visits to the historic park, and we'll see what else I manage to enjoy in the town of Kamphaeng Phet. Just leaving from the parking lot of the Soho. It's 10 after 11, so another leisurely, relaxing morning. I was sort of waiting because the clouds are really threatening, and I thought it would be best to wait a little bit until later in the day for the rain clouds to settle down and dissipate a little bit. But from what I see up in the sky, hasn't dissipated at all. A lot of dark clouds up there. Just heard some weird cracking noise as I was riding there. What was that sound? Sounded like something fell or something broke, or what was that? I don't see anything wrong. I'm heading down to the small road that follows alongside the Ping River. I'll follow that out of the city. Should take me underneath the major highway. And then I'll be out in more or less in the countryside. But here we are, riding alongside the Ping River. Pretty windy. I heard that cracking sound again. I think it's something to do with my GoPro mount. Another piece of the plastic might be breaking. So I've made it out of the city, past the highway, and I'm on the small road that I was aiming for. Well, okay. This road dead ends. So I guess I'm not on the road I intended. Actually, I do remember this. I was supposed to turn at one point, but I didn't think the turning would come up so quickly. This road right beside the river doesn't continue beyond this point. I think it used to, but as you can tell there, it doesn't anymore. And I have to hop one road to the east and continue Yep, I have to go around the traffic circle, or not really around it, I have to ignore it, turn left. And the very first road up here is the small road I should have taken from the beginning. Right down here, I think. Doesn't look like it goes very far. We'll see. Okay, yeah, it continues. I can feel some rain. This could turn out to be a more challenging day than I anticipated. Well, a little bit of adjustment to my day. Yeah, the rain is, it's not raining hard, but it's too much from all my electronics. I'm gonna have to pack everything up and waterproof everything and continue on my way without a camera, or at least without microphones for now. And yeah, this is how my day to Kamphaeng Phet is going to start, apparently. Yeah, we'll see what happens. Hopefully the sun comes out eventually. The weather hasn't improved. It's actually gotten quite a bit worse. It just started to come down really hard, and I pulled over underneath this roof to get a little bit of shelter. It's actually some kind of a recycling center or mechanic shop, and it's sort of a private residence, but I don't think they'll mind that I'm standing here underneath the roof for a minute or two. Yeah, actually that big storm actually kind of stopped already, so I could probably get back on the road. There's the aftermath of that sudden downpour, all that water coming off the roof. I don't know where that sudden squall came from. Just came down really hard, and then it just stopped as quickly as it started. Huh. So, yeah, there's the sky. Oh well, I guess back on the road. I'm at an interesting spot on the Ping River. Came across a bridge, so I rode out into the middle just to take a look. A very dramatic day, as you can tell from the sky there. And that's the direction I'm heading, down south. The road I'm following is following the eastern side of the river there. And it's quite an interesting chunk of land on the other side here, looking back towards Tak. I remember seeing this on Google Maps, just sort of a swampy series of islands out in the middle of the river. Probably in the dry season, you know, you'd see a lot more land there. Yeah, look at the riverside here. Very tropical, very jungly looking. Notice there's 3 or 4 fishing rods set up here. People are fishing off the bridge, but I think the guy who owns the rods, he's taking shelter over there. Interesting thing, that spot where I was taking shelter, as I said, was a private residence, basically. I was basically in the entrance to their garage. And when I started talking into the camera, they heard my voice. So the woman who lived there came out, and she brought me a chair and urged me to sit down and rest and wait until the rain stopped. So that was very nice of her. She didn't panic and treat me like a home invasion or anything like that. I had no idea this weather system was moving in. I've been monitoring the weather like a crazy person, looking for breaks in the rain, looking for sunny periods, and I thought this was a sunny period. That's why I got on the scooter to go on this little trip. And it promised me sun. You know, the weather system said, yeah, you'll get some sun, and I did. Oh, you know, I was nearly roasted alive by the sun yesterday, so I can't really complain. I'm getting a little bit wet right now, but I mean, at least I'm not being roasted. So pick your poison. And this one's not that bad. Certainly like that. Certainly like that view. That's beautiful. And the day continues as it started. I've had to take shelter again here, at the side of the road. As you can see, that's what's going on out there in the real world. Luckily, I'm vaguely prepared. My main backpack has this rain cover. Comes as part of the backpack, so it's fully waterproof. And I just have my knapsack there. It stays roughly covered by the scooter. And I have another waterproof bag I could wrap around it if I wanted to. But I'm stuck in here for a few minutes, that's for sure. Oh, well, this has been a little bit of a longer rain shower. I think I've been here in the shelter for about an hour now. And it is still raining, but it has almost completely stopped. I think I'm going to get back on the road, and I saw a little bit of blue sky ahead of me, so I think it will stop completely as soon as I start riding a little bit. Yeah, that's it. I didn't have anything else to say. Actually, I had some company here in the shelter for a while. There was a man on a scooter. He was sitting here on this bench, and he had his Honda Wave pulled up in here. I think he was a delivery guy for the electric authority, delivering the electricity bills. So he goes around all the slots in the people's houses and I guess reads their meters or does whatever he does and drops off the bill. And he took shelter in here for a while with me. And but yeah, he eventually took off. He had to get back to work. He couldn't wait as long as I could wait. And I really wanted to wait until it was like bone dry, but I've got to get going. I'm starting to get a bit antsy. So that's it. Yeah, I've enjoyed the ride so far, though. I haven't really caught any of it on video, but the scenery here has been very pleasant. Time to time, you get an opening in the scenery, the houses, and the trees, and you get a nice view of the river off to the side. I think about 13 kilometers from here, I have to choose between, like, it gets harder to stay down by the river, and then I might end up on a slightly larger road for the last section into Kamphaeng Phet. Seems to make more sense to hop onto that slightly larger road. The small roads get very complicated, and in weather like this, more in the mood to just get there, I think. But we'll see as I go along. Yeah, still raining. Ay, ay, ay. But anyway, I'm gonna go. I'm just reporting in to say that the rain has stopped and I'm back on the move. Looks like the rain's gonna stay away for the rest of my little trip to Kamphaeng Phet. And we're a little bit out of the small roads. This is highway or road, county road 3002. So it's a little bit bigger than the roads I was on. And I think I'll be on this road pretty much the rest of the way to Kamphaeng Phet. And I don't mind that. I keep hearing this cracking sound every time I go over a bump. I don't know where it's coming from. I'm about 5 kilometers outside of my destination for today's little scooter ride. Just spotted an interesting sight over here at the side of the road. There's a temple with a series of statues and an elephant. And I just thought I'd get off the scooter and stretch my legs for just a second. Walk over here and take a look. Oh. Yeah, the rain stopped. Sun came out. So it's quite nice right now. It's been a nice ride for the rest of today. But this is the scene that caught my eye. Got this elephant. And then quite a long series of monks coming up to the elephant to bestow a blessing, to get a blessing, something like that. Oh, I have to say, other than the rain, today has been a much easier day than my previous scooter trips, because I mentioned that I reorganized my gear. And that made a huge difference. I just sort of put everything in a better spot. So every time I needed something, it was right there where I needed it to be. I didn't have to go digging deep into my knapsack to find it. And shooting with the GoPro at a lower resolution has meant it, probably because it's cooler today as well, but it hasn't overheated at all. So I've had no memory card problems, no camera overheating problems. And I mentioned a couple of times I've been bothered by this loud cracking noise. So every time I go over a bump, I hear something snap. And I thought I was damaging or breaking something. And I finally figured out what it was. It was a water bottle. I have this in a little compartment on the handlebars. And I guess it was sort of jammed in there in a way that it would... I guess it was making that sound. Really loudly, I guess. Yeah, right there. And I kept thinking I was breaking something, but it was just the water bottle. So, go figure. Anyway, I'm going to take a look at Google Maps, plot my way into town from here. Okay, I think I'm all sorted out. I have a vague idea of how to get into town, and from the town I think I'll be skirting right beside the main grounds of the historical park. I did some reading about the park a while back, but I've forgotten most of what I read. But I think it's divided into 3 main sections, and the major section is pretty much right downtown. And if you look at Google Maps, it actually seems to be outlined by a kind of moat. So very similar to the constructions at Angkor Wat, where the main temples have a moat built all the way around the main complex. One funny thing, as I've been riding along, they have a lot of speed signs here. There's been a lot of sections where, I mean, the speeds here are quite low. Actually, I'm passing one right now where it's dropping down to 40 kilometers an hour and then 30 kilometers an hour. There have been long sections of 30 kilometers an hour, which starts to feel very slow when you've been riding quite a bit faster than that on a highway, and then you slow right down to 30 to go, you know, by a school zone or something like that. I mean, you feel like you're not moving at all. It's a really strange feeling. But the interesting thing is they're quite serious about it, and they'll keep telling you, okay, do 30, do 30. They got flashing lights. The number 30 is flashing. And then right after that, they'll have another sign with a radar installation that will register your speed, and then in huge numbers, it flashes up on the sign how fast you are going. And I passed probably a dozen of these, but out of the dozen of them that I passed, 11 were broken. So 11 of them weren't working, but one of them was working.
And I was very proud that I was doing exactly 31 kilometers per hour. But of course, most local people are just zooming past me. They're doing something like 80 kilometers an hour through this 30 zone. You know, they basically ignore all these signs. But I'm in no hurry, so if they want me to go 30 through a school zone, I go 30. I kind of like going slow. It gives me a chance to look around, absorb my surroundings. I sped up to the astonishing speed of 40 kilometers an hour, but I'm right back in a 30 zone, so I'm slowing down again. School zone. It's hard to go 30. I mean, you really have to force yourself to throttle back to 30. It's hard to do. There we go, that's 30. And I swear, I feel like I'm walking right now. I think I've reached the center of town. There's a roundabout here. Clock tower. All right. Provincial Red Cross. I was talking about King Rama V the other day, because this weekend is his holiday. Well, I gotta check Google Maps here. And I was talking about how King Rama was famous for all of his reforms in Thailand. And one of the things he did was he founded the Thailand Red Cross. Yeah, I don't know how one exactly does that, but apparently he's credited with establishing the Red Cross here in Thailand. As always, when you hit a downtown core in Thailand, I run into one-way streets. It's getting a little bit confusing, but I think I can go this way. And I was right. This is where I wanted to go. The Fig Hotel is a little bit on the outskirts of town, I think. And I don't know the best way to get there yet. So I'm just going to head out this way, go to this bypass road, and then follow the bypass road. And that should take me near to where the Fig Hotel is located. As I mentioned, a mystery benefactor reserved and booked 3 nights for me at the Fig Hotel. Very nice of him. Okay, we are zeroing in on the hotel. I'm still on the bypass road. Had to do a little bit of a U-turn there. And there's a giant Robinson Lifestyle shopping mall right there. Got a couple of cyclists up ahead. And there should be a road here that I turned down. This one here. Oh, there it is. Fig Boutique Hotel. There's a sign. I'm on top of my game today, let me tell you. I think I have to do a little bit of a dipsy doodle through these small streets here in order to find the place. But it's here somewhere. Well, if I'm right, I have to go straight here, turn left, and the Fig Hotel. Oh, there it is right there. I recognize the color. It's purple. It is a purple hotel. And there we are. In a few short minutes, one of those purple rooms is going to have me inside. Even a little scooter parking area over here. We're out in the countryside, which is kind of nice. Yeah, different to be way out here. Nice and quiet. I'm telling you, I don't think it's even physically possible to be more organized than I have been today. Packing the scooter, getting here, having my having easy access to the booking confirmation and my passport. So yeah, all ready to check in. And here's the setting for the hotel, as you can see. As you can see, yeah, we're kind of out in the countryside. It's kind of fitting for visiting a place like Kamphaeng Phet. But that's no big deal. I have the scooter, so I can zoom into town quite easily. And here's the entrance, little lobby. So I'm all checked in. It was very smooth and easy. And I have a room number and a key card, room 207. Oh, I couldn't find the room numbers, but there they are. They're down on the floor. I was looking all over the doors and there were no numbers, but they actually have them. Yeah, down there on the floor. So. Well, and here we are. My new home away from home. I think they are accustomed to people not being able to find their rooms, you know, because of the missing room numbers. They're not on the doors. The woman came up the stairs, followed me, just to make sure that I got here okay. So yeah, here we are. There's the bed. Get a nice seating area over there, the mini fridge. Very similar to where I just came from at the Soho. And bathroom, fairly standard, I guess. And a balcony. And there's my scooter down there. And I guess, to be honest, that's it for the day. Not exactly a tremendously adventurous day today. Just getting out of Tax City and getting caught in a couple of rainstorms. I passed through some beautiful countryside. I didn't get a lot of it on video. I just sort of kept riding and took it all in. But now I'm here.
So I'm going to get my big bag off the scooter, settle into my room, connect to the internet, and do all that good stuff. I was hoping for a kettle, being a bit of a instant coffee fiend, but I don't see a kettle. Wonder if I can ask them to supply one. I'll find out. All right, that's it for today. That's it for my video for today. Shutting down, and I'll see you probably when I go out to visit the historical park tomorrow. All right, see you then.